Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. How are you all doing? So, yeah, we're going to be working on some random stuff for Alchemortis again today. I don't know exactly. There's a bunch of small things that I want to address, and then we might do some new content or something. I don't know. I've been itching to get some new stuff into the game, some new cards and artifacts and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll see where the stream takes us. I don't really have a concrete plan for today, but we are going to get some work done nevertheless. Again, as a reminder, Alchemortis is available for wishlisting on Steam. It's a dark fantasy roguelite auto-battler. So if that sounds interesting to you, check out the Steam page and wishlist it. You can also support the game on Patreon. The top Patreon tier here has a couple of nice perks, one of which is that you will get an Alchemortis Steam key sent to you when the game launches. So if you sponsor at this tier for at least 1 month, you're basically pre-purchasing the game. You don't need to purchase it again, and your name will be listed in the Alchemortis in-game credits. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And I also have a number of Udemy courses available for sale that teaches you how to build complete games in the Godot engine. So that's another great way to support me, but it's also a great way to learn how to build games. So check those out if you're interested. And you can also join the Discord. The Discord is available in the description below. So yeah, hope to see you there. All right, what are we doing today? Hello, Meep. Welcome, welcome. Not even Cloudflare can stop this man. No, sir. Good morning to you as well. Wonder if Cloudflare was fighting with wave function collapse. Yeah. That's funny. All right, so let's see here. I have got some things written down. I have a lot of flavor text to do. So I need to do new art for the Grow Board event. Paralyzing a card when its turn cooldown is finished prevents it from executing abilities. That is one I'm going to have to do. Let's fix this one first. The obelisk can change checkpoint nodes. I thought I had guarded against that, but I guess not. So we're going to go to the obelisk event state machine. Nodes in pixel radius. Yeah, this nodes to change here. I just need to add this. X.nodeEventType not equal to data.eventType dot checkpoint. And I wonder if I should filter out. I might need to filter out the start node as well. Let me see. Is this start node used for anything in particular? I should probably filter that out because I'm doing that everywhere else as well. So I'll just do this. Oh, this line is a little long here, but whatever. We're going to leave it. Okay, so that ought to fix that. I don't even know. I don't even feel like testing that. I think that's pretty much fine. So we're going to fix obelisk able to change checkpoint nodes. What project management tool was that? Hello, Angela. That is Obsidian, the note-taking app Obsidian, with the Kanban community plugin. So do I want to try to fix this paralyzing a card when its turn cooldown is finished prevents it from executing abilities bug? I don't really feel like doing that. Honey should remove pre-existing negative abilities. So this is referencing the alchemy. When you have the honey reagent, it's supposed to remove negative abilities, but it only removes additional negative abilities from the output, instead of any negative abilities that would be used as part of the input. So I think that requires some more thinking, but we might as well dive into it. Hello, Dione, welcome. I'm going to create a game like Fear and Hunger Termina. You have any tips? I don't know what that game is. I'm sorry. If you can explain it a little bit, maybe I can give some tips, but... Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Alright, well, let's take a look at Honey here. And we will see how this is working. So if I go to my Alchemy Manager... Get negative ability count. Yeah, so remove negative ability count. So what Honey does... I'm trying to think of how I want to situate this. If we look at Honey here, removes one negative ability from alchemy output. But again, all that does is that just removes additional negative abilities. When the alchemy actually happens, all of the abilities of the card are considered in the output. So if we look at this, let's see, abilities to randomize, all abilities to randomize. So we're taking the non-reagent cards, we're getting all of the base composed abilities. Preserved abilities contains, right, and we're accepting preserved abilities, okay. There's probably a better way to do this. Oh, maybe there isn't. That's all right. So we're taking a minimum number of abilities. Yeah. So basically what's happening in here was when you alchemize cards together, all the abilities get mixed up and jumbled into a giant pile. I don't like this either. Let's make some broader alchemy changes here, I think. All abilities to randomize, min abilities to take, max abilities to take. This all abilities to randomize is used up here when I do get randomized output. That will return all of the abilities to add here. And it's based on that all abilities to randomize. And also based on this min abilities to take and max abilities to take. So, but the problem here is that it's iterating over all of the non-reagent cards, and it's choosing a minimum value that is equal to the minimum number of abilities on any card, and it's using a maximum value that's equal to the maximum number of abilities on any card. So the reason why the alchemy is weird sometimes, if I put two cards that each have one ability in there, the output will have one ability, which is not ideal. But let's say that I put 8 cards in there and they all have one ability. I may want to randomize it so that it chooses a certain range based on the number of total abilities. It's a turn-based RPG 2D. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know if I have any specific tips for turn-based RPGs. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dione. I just don't know enough about the genre or how you would approach building it. I know that, well... Yeah, sorry, I just don't have any good tips for that. I'm sorry, but you'll be mostly noise in the background while I do some translation for the publisher. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Rin. Lots of people like to lurk and just have my sweet, soothing voice on in the background. It's totally fine. Hello, Sanzo. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Good morning, Ninja Link. Good to see you as well. Okay, let's try something else here. If non-reagent input cards.count is greater than 0, we're going to do var total abilities. non-reagent input cards dot count or dot sum x dot get base composed abilities except preserved abilities dot count. So that's the total abilities here. We will do min abilities to take is equal to, let's just do this. We'll do total abilities divided by 2. So we'll take a minimum of half of the total abilities, and we'll take a maximum of all of the abilities, I guess. We'll see how that works. Now the question is, do we want Honey to just clear all of the negative abilities? That might be a little bit too powerful. Thanks for streaming. These streams are fire. Oh, I'm glad you like them. I'm glad you like them. Well, let's see. What do I want to do with this honey? I don't know. Get negative ability count. Maybe this should be able to return... I'm trying to think of how I want to structure this honey. I actually don't know. I feel like that's the kind of thing that requires playtesting, really. There's no way to know if players will love or hate an all-neg status removal or not without some people playing it. Yeah, but I still have to make a decision right now about it. And I can change it later. But yeah, that's definitely true. There will be more playtests, but I think it should probably just remove one at a time. You vote for all removal. What no one understands is that he took Cloudflare down. No, I did not. I did not. I'm not smart enough to know how to take down a network like that. Right, buddy? Right, cat? I'm not smart enough to do that. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Every day when I stream, it's not stream time, it's pay attention to me time. Right, buddy? 10 o'clock is not stream time, it's time for me to pay attention to you. So assertive. He's so assertive. So, get negative ability count. Where is this used? So I need to count the existing var existing negative abilities is equal to cards.sum.count. Ability is negative ability. So we're going to count how many negative abilities there are on the card already. And we're going to remove... Yeah, let's just simplify this. Removed negative ability count. Get based composed abilities of type. Alchemy, remove negative. Okay, And then we're going to do var additional negative abilities is equal to cards.count minus 2. But this is going to be mathf.max of 0 and cards.count minus 2. So for every card after the first, that's when the negative abilities start to come in. And so what we need to do is we basically need to return this. Existing negative ability count minus removed negative ability count plus additional negative ability count. But then I have to update this everywhere where this is used, which is only in one place. So we're going to do this. We'll rename this to change in negative ability count. And I'm going to need to change that as well. So we're going to go to my alchemy container. We're going to change this to a positive label. Cards. Zero negative abilities will be removed. We're going to change this color to green. Firebelly Cloud Flare Downbringer. That's actually kind of an epic name, Cloud Flare Downbringer. I should put a card in the game that's got that title. Okay, so we're going to do this now. Change in negative ability count. Change in negative ability count is greater than 0. Positive label. Oh, I need to get a reference to that. My bad. Positive label. Dot visible is equal to not has initiated alchemy and change in negative ability count is less than 0. Then we're going to take this positive label dot text. So go to string.format. We need to create a positive label text reference. Private string positive. This is a little trick that I use quite frequently, at least with C#. So if you've got a label with some text that you need to replace a couple words with, you can actually use the C# format string sort of, I don't know what these are called, sentinels or argument placeholders. You could put curly braces 0, curly braces 1, etc. in that string on your label, and then, surround it with the additional language that you want. And then if you store the value of that text label in a private or just in a member somewhere, then when you need to change the text, you have that format string stored, so you can just change the label text, but really you're only changing the few elements that you want to change in it. So it prevents you from having to store the entire string in your script. You can just replace the variables, and then if you need to edit the words surrounding the variables, you can just do so through the editor. Anyway, I think that's a nice little trick. All right, let's give that a shot and we'll see what happens. Now the question is this actually going to work? Get negative ability count. Is there a reason I'm doing this here? Why am I not doing this in get randomized output? Let's do this here. var, yeah, let's just do this. Change in negative ability count is equal to get negative ability count. Oh, because I don't have the entire list, right? Okay, so you know what I'll do? I'll just pass it in here. Int change in negative ability count. We'll just do this very simply. If change in negative ability count is greater than 0, then what we're going to do is we are going to do this loop up here. Yeah, we're going to do this loop here. I can merge this. Not is legendary. Legendary cards will automatically have all of the negative abilities removed. I think. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Anyway. Change in negative ability count. Base card dot add composed abilities. Base card. Get random negative ability. Why is this not working? An object reference is required for the non-static field method or property. Oh, because this is in its own class here. Oh. That's not fun. Why is this so weird? Why is this so weird? Can I just pass? Okay, this is a little bit wonky. Alchemy Manager. Okay, that'll work. Else, if change in negative ability count is less than 0, then we are going to, what are we going to do? We want to select the random negative abilities and remove them. Well, I should probably do that. I should probably do that before all of the abilities get added. So abilities to add. All abilities to randomize order by this. Okay, let's do this. Var negative abilities to remove. Change in negative ability count is less than 0. mathf.apps. Change in negative ability count, otherwise 0. Now, how do I actually remove that from here? So we order it randomly, but then I want to remove the first. I'm going to ask the AI. I'm going to cheat. Let's ask. In this link block, I want to remove up to Negative abilities to remove elements in the array that in the collection that match a condition. Can I do that? It does sound pretty sick, yeah. Sounds like one of the manga names I translate to Cloudflare Downbringer. Interesting. Tell me the name of your Obsidian plugin, please. It's called Kanban. Welcome, Bomb Dom. Me wishing I could get work done every day, but alas, I am a full-time dad. Well, some things are more important than work. That's right, we're gonna cheat.wave, yeah. I noticed you don't have an AI disclosure on in your Steam page. Yeah, that's because there's no generative AI in my game. What's this AI thing you're using? I'm using a Copilot. Really, the AI just said this? Oh, but that's pay to win, yeah. Copilot doesn't count? I don't think LLM code assistants count as generative AI. What Steam is concerned about with the AI disclosure is if your assets, your store page assets, or your in-game visual or sound assets were generated with AI. I don't think, and maybe I could be wrong, but I don't think coding assistants like Copilot fall into that category. And besides, 99% of the code is written by me, so there are like AI generated snippets here and there, but those snippets are largely things that I could have just copy and pasted from Stack Overflow. Yeah, it says AI generated content, right? Yeah, I think that's right. Code help wouldn't be content. I guess I have to do it this way. Dot where if x dot is negative ability. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, that should work. So we're basically just we're going to order the collection randomly first. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. Wait, I did this completely wrong. No, I think that's right. That should be functionally the same. I was thinking maybe I should filter all of the negative abilities out, but no, yeah, this is right. So I order the collection of all abilities randomly, and then I remove yeah, I go in order and I remove all the first n occurrences of negative abilities removed based on this negative abilities to remove, and then I take abilities to take here. I'm trying to think if that's going to work. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't think there's a logical problem with that, is there? No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, I think the next thing to do is to test it. I do have an issue here, though. We don't need this anymore. Get randomized output this negative ability count. Okay. Let's just see if that works. Project settings, game debug, test player cards. All this is fine. Let's add honey and honey again. Let's just add a bunch of honey because I want to see if that works. You can 100% certainly AI generate the whole code. It'll work like S, but it'll work and be generative AI, so it doesn't really count. Would you say making a fighting game as your first game would be harder than an FPS for a beginner? That's a good question. My hunch is that, yes, a fighting game would probably be harder, although I think they would end up being similar difficulties for a beginner. I would maybe err on the side of saying the fighting game would be harder because a fighting game requires a number of animations and combos and stuff that you'd have to trigger. And then, of course, you've got to get your hitboxes aligned correctly with the animations. And deal with like interrupting your opponent or like grappling your opponent or whatever. That can be very complex compared to just fire a raycast from the center of the screen and if it hits something, deal damage to it. But a first-person shooter still has quite a few animations that you need to worry about too. Reload animations and stuff and moving around in a 3D environment and dealing with all the issues that incurs. So yeah, I think I would probably say, and maybe other people can disagree with me in the chat, but I think probably a fighting game is more difficult generally than a first-person shooter for a beginner. But I'm not sure. I haven't built either of those kinds of games, so that's mostly just my hunch. So if I take this jellyfish now and I put it back and I put the honey in there, what? That's not right. Hello, Jhar. A lot of people conflate using AI tooling and using AI for creative output. The former is a perfect use case for it. The latter is lazy, should be declared on store listings. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. We're kind of in a weird moment right now with respect to AI generated content because, you know, like let's say Blender were to add some like AI assisted modeling tools that doesn't like spit out a, you know, it doesn't spit out a full model, but like maybe it fixes your topology or something. And they may already have tools like that, but you know, at what point does AI become generative? You know, if you use AI to like fix up a model that you did by hand, is that generative AI? You know, if you use AI to generate, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, I think we're just kind of in a weird moment because we don't really know how to properly use generative AI. There's a bunch of copyright concerns that have not yet been worked out. So I wouldn't be surprised if Valve is requiring the AI disclosure just to cover themselves in case like copyright stuff comes up. But yeah, I don't know. We're just kind of in a weird moment. The problems with that whole industry are being actively worked out. So, you know, we will see. I think FPS would be easier to find tutorials. Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, that's definitely true. My negative ability count is not working here. Do I even need, why do I need this? I think I can just do this. Negative removed, negative ability count. Yeah, that's fine. I can actually just reverse this. I don't think I need this. I don't know why I had that to begin with. My logic to think a fighting game could be easier and better learning experiences that I generally had to create less content for it, I wouldn't have to worry about proper pathfinding or levels. Yeah, that's true too. Like I said, I think there are definitely going to be challenges with both. I think that honestly, for a beginner, I think that fighting games and first-person shooters are both going to be pretty difficult for a beginner. Let's see if this works. Cool. That seemed to work. Let's do some more just combinations here. Hello, Clickertail. Welcome, welcome. So put all those things together. We'll get a negative ability out of the card here. I'll use a smaller one. And then let's alchemize these together as well. So now I'm going to end up with a card that has 2 negative abilities on it. So I could take this one now, and I could do this, and now I can do that. Let's see if that works. So we're going to remove 1 negative ability here. That one didn't have any negative abilities on it, so that's interesting. Azir, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? I think because he likes to sit by the vent when it's when the heat is coming out because it's cold here, and then he gets all angry at me when the vent turns off. It's like I can't keep the vent on 24/7 just for you, cat. Do you have money to pay for the gas bill? Do you have money? Didn't think so. I think I need to exclude honey from the card, yeah. So I also need to do one other thing here, which is I need to cards dot, hold on a second. Var, let's just do excluded cards is equal to, no. Let's just do filtered cards is equal to cards dot where x, or we'll just do card not card dot get base composed abilities dot of type alchemy remove negative. Okay, and then we're going to take the filtered cards here. Let's see what that does. So the honey is not going to contribute to the negative card count. So let's alchemize those together. Okay, we'll alchemize these together. So this one has two negative abilities. Put the skeletons together, and then we'll do 1, 2. Why is that not working? Oh, something's broken. Yeah, that's not working. Oh. Whatever. I think that'll work. Goodness. This alchemy system is a little bit weird. Okay, we've got 1 holy damage there. Put those in. Grab that. Alchemize this together. 1 negative ability will be removed. Two negative abilities will be removed. So if I do this, I should get no negative outputs. Yeah, I got no negative outputs. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so that's working. Now I need to try this. I hope I have enough cards for this. I need to do 3 cards together. Get 2 negative abilities. Oh, wait. Did I do it wrong? Let's add another skeleton warrior. Mazir, what are you doing? Okay. Let's just get a bunch of negative abilities going here. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll do... no, we don't want to alchemize that together. We want to do these 3 now. Okay. So we've got a total of 3 negative abilities here. And if I put 2 honeys in there, let's see what happens. Yeah, we still get 1 negative ability. Now, it's possible to get no negative abilities from that output, but I think you can only have a max of 1 negative ability. Because there was 3 total in the inputs. So I think this is working more so the way that I want it to. So, yeah, I think that's better. And also, I did make a change to how the alchemy works in terms of selecting the abilities to add to the card. I may have to further change it. So this abilities to take down here, because all it's doing is it's just taking the total abilities divided by 2, and it's maxing out at total abilities here. I may have to do a different one. Like I may have to do... yeah, I might have to come up with some kind of different formula for that, but I think it's okay for now. Let's give this a test real quick, just a quick little play test, see what this feels like. Okay. Let's do this. Let's grab this booster, go up through these combats, and then get that artifact. Got a cultist already. The aura farming cultist. I might actually do some alchemy already. Randomly apply 3 poison or heal 5, deal 4 damage. Boom. Oh, so that alchemy is already working much better. It's more interesting. Previously, that would have only given me 1 ability out. So, with these alchemy changes too, I may have to change the difficulty scaling of the enemies and such. All alchemical cards. Let's just do booster packs, offer 1 additional card. Go to the booster here. This has Swarm on it. Dang. Get rid of that. There we go. How much money do I have? I mean, I might as well put this on the board. Unlock those, put that there. Grab some reagents. Death Orchid. I don't need that yet. Well, that's fine. We'll hold on to those for a second. We'll go up this way, I suppose. I like where this is going, yeah. Yeah, I think it's feeling a lot better now. The player has, with the most recent changes I've made, the player has a lot more agency at the beginning of the game, which I really like. So that's good. That's very good. I might do this. No, I don't want to do that. We'll just do these two. Deal 5 damage. Echo if the board contains multiple skeleton warrior cards. Deal 4 damage. Look at that. I'm going to take this one, though, because it looks cleaner. No, I don't want to use this. There's an increased board size there. I guess I'll go this way instead. I like the locked grid cell idea. Haven't tuned in for a bit. Been busy at work. Thank you, Cody. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, I do too. I think it just makes it a lot easier to have more control over your power. And there are still board size increase nodes on the board, so So I'm about to hit one, actually, and we can see what it looks like. Increase health by 15. Go to this. So I need to redo this art. I'm going to redo this encounter entirely, but I can grow my board now, so I can add another row or column of locked cells. And so I still need to spend the money to unlock them, but now I have a bigger board to play with into the future. I don't need this much gold. I'm going to sell the Iron Maiden. I'm not going to use that. Okay, can I do anything? I don't have many cards to work with here. I don't have many cards to work with. I need some boosters. Working my way to some boosters now. Now my other cat is going crazy. What are you doing? What? This is not playtime. This is stream time. There's another Corvid, another cultist. I kind of want to try to make use of the cultist, but I have not been able to do so yet. I also have a lot of money now. Let me think here. Let's just throw these things together and see what happens. Paralyze adjacent cards for 4 turns and heal 5 per paralyzed card. Apply 5 fire to both enemy and self per adjacent card with heal. Apply 1 holy to enemy. Well, that didn't really work out that well. Guess we'll keep this guy. I need more cards. Let's go to the shop. So I made the alchemy stronger, which is more interesting for sure, but now I think I need to rebalance the game again. It's okay, we'll work through it. Deal 4 damage for each time damage was taken since last execution. That could work. I need heal, though. Okay, we'll see if that works. Oh, I'm actually dying. Okay. I got wrecked. So maybe it's not too difficult. Oof. Is that cultist doing much? Healed 10, applied 2 holy. Oh, it is applying 2 holy to the enemy. Let's just, I don't know. I tried to make it work, it didn't work. Get rid of it. Okay, I think the alchemy changes are feeling pretty good. I just think that I probably need to rethink some of the balancing now. The other thing that I have to keep in mind, which is really hard to do, is that when a player first enters the game, they're going to be, all of these mechanics are going to be new, right? So I know how everything works. I know that I should be alchemizing early and I should be alchemizing often, and I know how to combine all of things. And so like I can make a run a cakewalk because of my game knowledge, but a new player is not going to have that knowledge. So erring on the side of the first, like the normal difficulty being too easy for me might be the move, and then give players the option to play harder difficulties. I mean, I still want it to be a challenge though, but that's going to be the harder part, I think. What about a broccoli card? No specific reason, just like to see it. Okay. Hello, Wooius. Hello, Artem. Welcome. It's going well. How are you doing? Actually, I am getting destroyed now, so I guess I was bragging too much about my game knowledge. Anyway, I like how those changes are feeling. Anyway, that's done. Let's add some new player cards. I feel like doing some cards. So one comment that someone left in the latest playtest is that there aren't enough just like simple cards that just do like damage and healing and shielding and fire and stuff. So I'm going to be looking to add just more simple cards that have like a single ability or 2 simple abilities. Have you considered making alchemy lean more heavily on returning larger cards than using reagents to use the smaller ones? Yeah, I got to figure out how to balance the large cards, because right now it's not like, you don't want to have large cards on your board, basically. That's the strategy. So I'm trying to think of ways to make it so that large cards become more appealing. I mean, one way that large cards can be appealing is that if they have like some kind of adjacency bonus, like they do something to adjacent cards, larger cards have more adjacent cells, right? So that is one area where large cards can actually be preferred to smaller ones, because then you can proc more abilities based on the adjacent cards. And that's true of any querying, right? So even if the card, let's say you have a large card that's like 3 cells tall, and it targets all cards to the right of it, well, then you have 3 rows where you can fill cards to make use of that, right? Compared to a 1x1, which would only have 1 row of cards to the right. But I definitely need to think more about how to make large cards more appealing generally, beyond just that situational aspect. Get good, yeah. That's a card idea for a long future, but could you add an I card that flips the role so enemies use the player cards and players use the enemy cards? Do you need to add a system to do that? So you're saying like the player just like uses the enemy board? I guess I don't really follow what the idea is there. Hello, Snupbill. Thank you for the IDR 10,000. Very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Always generous with the message yummers. Thank you. Welcome back. Always good to see you. And thanks again for the donation. I agree with that. Just leaning on a projection isn't a working strat unless the projection is really good. The imp is really nice in that regard. Yeah. So let me think. I don't know which card to do. Vampire. Headless Horseman. Hag. A hag would be kind of a fun one to do. Goat Grinder. A Nautilus Cup. That one is really cool, actually. What would it do? Skeleton Wizard. More skellies, yeah. I mean, I could definitely do more skeletons. You want to do a Skeleton Wizard? We can do that. Or a Skeletal Mage. Let's do that. I like that. Okay. Maybe thumb screws. I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break, and when I come back, we're going to go ahead and draw up the Skeletal Mage and then do a, do an ability for it. So when the card activates, the board swaps sides, basically like a role reversal that lasts until the end of the game. Yeah, I mean, that's a complicated way of accomplishing it. I think what I could do is I could just have it so that, like if an enemy board beats you, it just grants you a victory. That would have to probably be an artifact, though. Or, yeah, maybe that wouldn't work either. Because if it were going to do a role reversal, then the strategy would be just to clear your board so that you can't win. And then the enemies would just automatically win. But I could definitely see like an artifact or something where it's like the next time you lose an enemy, the next time you lose to an enemy, it just insta-wins or something. Like it just instantly kills the enemy. Or an artifact that has like a 1% chance when combat starts to just deal like 5 million damage. I don't know. I agree the imp design is so cool. I wonder how you came up with such a cool idea. Yeah, I don't know. Usually I'm just like thinking about things that are thematic and then I go, oh, that would be cool. And then I implement it and it either turns out cool or not. Anyway, we're going to do a Skeletal Mage and then when I come back. So I'll be right back in just 3 minutes and we'll get that done. Okay, I'm back. Let's go ahead and do this skeletal mage. That'll be fun. Let's go to my card creation tool first. What size should it be? Skeletal mage. Can't be a 2x1. I mean, we might as well just make it a 1x2, I suppose. Yeah, we can do that. Hello, Defined Dottie. Been a while since I last joined in. Had a bit of a terrible start to the week, but I'm glad to put some of that sweet Firebelly coding on in the background. All right, awesome. Sorry to hear about your terrible start, but still plenty of week left to turn it around. Anyway, let's do this. Go open assets card, skeletal mage. Open this. Okay, how are we going to do this? Well, of course we need to have a little hat for him. Something like that. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to have to figure out how to draw the face. That's going to be the hard part. I'm trying to do like a... Maybe I should... Let me just do this. I should do like robes on him. Robes and then have like a hand here, a skeletal hand. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redraw this skull here. We'll get it. We will get it. Let's see. Oh, that looks kind of good. Yeah, that'll work. I think. Oh, am I doing this on the wrong layer? Oops. I'm doing some of it on the wrong layer. How did I switch layers? Lock that. What I wanted to do is I wanted to have like a little... I think I'm going to make him like a... I don't know. Once again, there's not enough room here. Might need to redo some of this. And move this over here. And then, yeah, I kind of wanted to do like a fireball in his hand or something, but I don't know if that's going to work. I don't have enough room for it. Yeah, it's just not going to look... I don't have enough room for it. What else could we do? I guess if I moved the hand down here, it would work. Let's see. That might work. Something like that. A bone staff. Yeah, that could work too. We'll see. Just cleaning up some of the shape here. Oh, I could add some like, yeah, let's do this. Okay. We can make it work, I think. I almost need to change this here to be black, so I'm just going to highlight that and then fill this in here. I think it's getting there. I think it's getting there. So this will do simple fire damage, right? Yeah, I think so. Yep, simple fire damage. I'm just playing around with some extra stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Probably want to make the hat purple as well. Oops. We'll figure it out. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll make the hat. Let's do red. That should probably work. We'll see. Okay. I don't know. I think that's all right. I think that's all right. I gotta figure out what to do with this robe. It would be awesome to have a skeleton for all the different damage times. Yeah. Some kind of bonus if you have them all on the board. Yeah, we could definitely do something like that for sure. I might need to change this all to red so that I can actually do the shading and whatnot. I think that works. Well, how are we feeling? Been lurking, son of a bee. Welcome, Neozoid. Look good, pretty good. Yeah, it's not, I would say it's not the best that I've done, but I think it's definitely serviceable. I might just add some little highlights here. And then maybe here as well. Yeah, that'll work. Looks great to me. Thank you, Nick. Welcome back to the stream, by the way. All right, we've got a skeleton mage. I kind of like him. He's like hunched over. He's got his little fire in his hand. He kind of looks like an old man skeleton, which is kind of fun. But yeah, we'll call it good. This is definitely quit while we're ahead territory, I think. Cool. So I'm gonna have to be careful about how I outline this. Don't want it to interfere with any of the border. Okay, that'll work. Skeletal mage, boom. And fortunately, the implementation here is going to be pretty easy, I think. Let's see. Let's do dimensions 1 by 2. We're going to need flavor text for them. Turn cooldown 8. Let me look at my wyvern here, because the wyvern also applies damage. It also has a turn cooldown of 8. So maybe I'll make this one 6. Simple fire 8. Yeah, we could do that. Let's see. Tags minion. I think it's just a minion. We can give it a 10% crit chance. And then we got to add a fire damage to this. Oops. Ability builder dot fire 6. Okay, project settings. Let's go ahead and add the skeleton mage here. Or skeletal mage. I should probably call it skeleton mage, honestly. Might have to rename it. It's time for game dev once again. Yes, indeed, Jackie Daytona. It is time. Oh, I forgot to enable my test player cards. Okay, there's the Skeletal Mage. Apply 6 fire, not bad. We'll just go ahead and see if this works. I'm fairly certain it will work. Yep, it appears to be working. Cool. All right. I do probably want to rename it for consistency, which is going to be a huge pain, but we will do that. Okay, add skeletal mage. So we're going to just commit that so I don't break anything. Now we're going to rename everything. Skeleton mage. Rename this. Skeleton mage. Rename this. Skeleton mage. We gotta open this up. This has to be skeleton mage. Skeleton mage. And then here I need to rename this to skeleton mage. Rename that to skeleton mage. And then I need to go to this, open in file manager, and rename the Aseprite one. Okay, I think I got rid of all of the instances, so I renamed everything. So if I do skeleton mage there. Okay, awesome. If everything runs, then that means the rename worked properly. Okay, awesome. So I unfortunately have some errands to run. Got to get, it's the end of the year and the holiday season is coming up. So I just have a bunch of odds and ends things that are piling up. So I have to go run those errands now. But yeah, thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for being here. We got some good stuff done on the stream. So if you want to support my work again, you can go to the Alchemortis Steam page. Wishlist the game. Would very much appreciate that. I've got a new trailer coming, and then I'm going to update all the store assets and everything too. But yeah, definitely check it out. If you're interested, you can also support the game on Patreon. And you could join the Discord to hang out and get some updates when I'm working on the game. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great day as well. And I will see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, hopefully. So take care, everyone. And see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.